mistakes and flaws.
Beautiful.
Yup. That's how we start off.
I had to get a blemish before this too, so.
What's up? Yeah, we are back. We are here on MuseMe TV. I don't even know what you want to call this show because it has so many different names.
Hello, Internet.
Hello, welcome.
Hello, Internet.
Dude, Nathan, Nate Dog. What is up, man?
What's up, man?
I haven't seen you in so long.
It's been a long time, yeah.
So the things we're going to talk about, I don't even know, man.
Where to start?
Yes, but first I have to do some adjustments on the screen. Right now we are looking at ourselves as a mirror image. We need to change that. That needs to be this way.
How they're going to see us.
Exactly.
If they were in here.
Exactly. We're trying to get the perspective of the actual person.
Future.
Okay, and then we have cool sound effects and stuff, but sometimes they don't play. Sometimes you do. Do me a favor, Angel. Remember the button that I showed you to go in and off of the mix? That says the mix button. Go and click it and then click it off. Yeah. Now you can click it off. Yeah. That happens from time to time, but we don't hear it. They do.
Good.
We don't hear it for other reasons. Whatever. I don't even know why I'm talking.
I heard something.
At that time, I don't know. It's weird. It's so much to explain because you're actually asking me the question on how I stream.
Yes.
And that's where that comes in, is like that button right there is when he pushes it and you hear it and I hear it, the audience doesn't hear it.
Interesting.
But right now.
But they will in edit?
No. Like right now, if I push that button, the noise will be happening right now, but we won't hear it. They will. So it kind of transfers the audio file of who hears it at that time.
Interesting.
So it's kind of like a two-way street, and then one of them, the streets gets cut off so that the sound's only going that way.
One sound at a time.
Yeah, it's weird. I'm pretty sure it's a little bit more technology-wise that I have to mess around with, but I'm still working on broadcasting live. Live for me is still something new that I'm still working on. I hear you want to do it too.
I do.
Well,
I do.
Well, tell me more.
Well, I noticed you started on Twitch with guitar. I think that's a good start to use that service as more than just gaming.
Okay,
taking it to the next level.
Because I do it a lot more now. Hopefully, I can get a lot more stuff done now because I recently bought a new rig too. But yeah, Twitch, dude.
They have talk shows there too.
Everything is improving
D&D.
now.
I was starting to play D&D through Twitch.
Online?
Yeah.
Oh, right. Do you have like
you just kind of watch what they're doing. It's still like streaming.
Okay.
You're still watching somebody else's story, but you're watching somebody else's story.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
But I've seen some people, because what's another game that's in D&D? Isn't there a game called Pathfinder as well?
Yeah, I guess. No, well, Pathfinder I felt like was Magic. I don't know if I'm wrong there.
You know way more than I played D&D one time.
I don't know.
I played D&D one time.
I tried playing D&D one time.
Yeah,
it didn't work.
Oh man,
it didn't work. I don't know.
We just have to find the time, I guess.
Yeah, I gotta learn more about it. I gotta understand the patience of like trying to understand no visuals. I've played lots of video games. I understand having the tangible like thing to see what my weapons and interior is decorated with,
okay,
rather than imagining it. But I'm trying to learn that too, because I'm trying to write some comics.
Whoa,
yeah,
nice. So like
hopefully,
so comics like drawn out and everything, or you're just going with the storyline right now?
I'm not confident in my art.
Okay, so
I'm trying to write the story.
Okay,
I'm trying to write the story as if it could be a novel or be illustrated.
Okay. That's actually pretty interesting. I don't want to say give away the book or anything, but you know, what is it in the line of? What is it? Darkness, magic, any magic,
you know,
fantasy.
I've always been intrigued by like possession movies, The Exorcist, what? A lot of them.
The Exorcist.
I can't think of any other for some reason right now. But I thought, what if those weren't like demons? You know, like, have you ever heard of Elvis Presley and how he was a twin, and the twin didn't make it, so he thought that he heard his brother and like understood what his brother was like trying to tell him,
That
in the afterlife.
that's kind of creepy.
Right.
Well,
Lots of twins have reported this. So lots of twins who've like lost another twin too, like always felt like their presence is still kind of there.
is this like happen? Is this like you have to be born with your twin and lived with him for a while, or can it be like a twin in the womb and then
I
die?
don't know. And then they consume the other twin
Yeah,
because like
see
one
that
has to
survive,
take dominancy
survive, literally
for some
survive,
reason, right?
yeah.
The mother can't supply enough energy or something.
But does that make the other fetus stronger? It should.
It might. It might. And that's what I'm trying to reflect.
Okay.
That's what I'm trying to reflect. Imagine triplets though doing that. Imagine like you're stuck with two people that are inside of you.
Okay.
And so the person is like a therapist, a relationship therapist, and rather than actually giving them good ideas, they possess them
Okay.
and make them love each other in the end, and give them memories that they love each other and that they're good for each other, but then leave. But like, is that bad?
No.
Because like everything that you have is a hallucination. You're always convincing yourself of what is okay for you,
Okay.
right? So what if somebody else was able to enter your mind and convince you what was good for you,
Well,
and then you follow that?
that would be trippy.
I mean, that's a lot of the time when they put you under and then they hypnotize you. That's what it is,
Okay.
right? But we're always being hypnotized.
How does hypnotism work though? Because like some people say that hypnotism is kind of like a placebo thing where like when you get hypnotized, you're relieved you're hypnotized, but you're not really hypnotized.
But everything's placebo.
Okay, that's boom. How is everything a placebo?
Everything's placebo because you're being told that apple is an apple, right? And
Okay.
apples are red,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
And the whole time your mom told you that. Your dad told you that you were, and you're confident now knowing that you're like, "Oh yeah, they told me to call that the apple. Here's my trick. I'm calling it apple. I better call it apple cuz like that's what you said it was, right?"
Yeah.
And that's how your whole life goes. Everything. That's how walking down the street, a wall, a house, and how you should eat, what you should eat during the day, what your diet should consist of. Everything is made up all around you, and you just have to kind of go with it and believe it, don't you think?
I guess, yeah, to an extent. I mean, because I do believe in the whole instance that we are pretty much in general the exact same thing in different, like, if I'm going into a science term, we're just built of different particles and matter in a different arrangement.
Yeah.
So no matter what that whole instance is where like I don't really know what the apple is because it's been told it was an apple. Like, how do I take that in as like that being a placebo effect because I took it in as what it was? Can it ever change then if that's the case? Because if you're always told that it's always going to be the apple, then at a certain point in our history,
It only changes due to your region of the world, because then it's manzana, then it's and so on and so forth. Everybody has a different word for what they've associated in that region of the earth.
but it still
as,
kind
like,
of represents the
But
same.
yeah, it represents that. It's like that's what we've decided to call it.
Okay.
All right, and if you guys all follow that, then we're good. And it's like somebody comes in here and they're like, "Nope, I'm calling it orange," and everybody's like, "We don't like that guy. We don't like that guy. He wanted us to call the apple an orange because, but we can't do that. We can't just do that. We can't just call the apple orange anymore."
Is that a problem? Okay,
I don't mind it.
I like what we're saying here because here's the thing: is say for instance, an indigenous tribe never got a certain fruit.
Right.
Okay.
Yes.
They get introduced to a new fruit. Let's just say whatever, a cantaloupe that they've never eaten a cantaloupe before.
It's like the South Park episode with the guy. Ata. That's how we would all welcome one new amazing thing that would come into our world that we couldn't understand. That was just like, oh, so beautiful and gorgeous, right?
So
And
so you think that's pretty much how a lot of things were. Like we never really knew how to say water
well,
or
I mean,
what water was.
yeah. That's like the religion to everything, right? Like by giving it a name, you're now like praising it.
Okay.
You're recognizing it, right?
Well, not only that, but you're actually acknowledging that there is something there.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
fuck?
You're making sure in your brain. Yeah, I hear that.
Yeah. I don't know what that is. I need to double check my wiring on this thing. There's a lot of
It's not
things.
me.
Ah,
Oh,
it's okay. We'll fix it. We'll figure it out. Technical difficulties today on the podcast. We're introducing
because it's too thick. It's such heavy.
censoring it. This is the first time we're actually redoing the stream at a later time because we
Okay.
usually do streams on Sundays, like kind of in the day,
In the
like
day.
2:00, shit
Yeah.
like that. But we're still working out some kinks. I just got
This
home
is the nighttime.
and I was just
The
like
nighttime.
throwing
stream.
shit together. But anyways,
Are you ready for the nighttime stream?
going back to this, I mean, oh man, now I'm skeptical of why we call things what they are from the beginning. Can we ever give something a new name if we discover it? Why is it the fact that it was given a name in the first place? Like, why is a cassette tape a cassette tape? Because of a cassette tape? Because who? Oh man, I'm blown away, dude. I don't even know what to say
Well,
anymore.
I'd have to know the definition of cassette. We'd have to go from there.
Well, like,
But it's the tape. There's tape. There's actual tape that has sound that's recorded onto it.
okay, so I guess I get what you're saying. There's, that
Right.
the tape where it
Yeah.
comes some kind of name from
Yeah.
it.
Videotape. You used to watch, Lion King and so on and so forth.
All that good shit.
Mm-hmm.
But I love how technology has changed in that aspect too. I mean, from a tape to a CD to
DVD into a USB.
oh
To
man,
nothing.
you
To
think
just downloading it.
it that's all it is
Hey,
now.
give me that. Okay. Give me money. Okay.
Soon enough, I mean,
Now you have the thing.
yeah, you have Netflix on your phone and it's all just downloaded on there.
It's great. I'm about it.
You like the you
I'm
like
about it.
the technological jump we're
Yeah.
taking?
Yeah, I like cryptocurrency too. I think that's a great thing to behold because the market is everything that is made up. We might as well make a cost of everything that's made up in the digital market, and we should definitely recognize it. I think we should definitely use it.
Cryptocurrency is weird though because it's just like another form of like American currency, but in other countries. Because I don't know, do you know that there are
I guess
multiple?
other countries, yeah.
There's
yeah.
multiple
Yes.
currencies of crypto.
It's ridiculous.
So like, how does that work in itself then? Because now it has different.
Like Doggo.
It
There's
had.
like Doggo.
There's the Doggo, and then there was one that was Ethereum that was just as popular as Bitcoin
Yes.
for a while too.
Yes.
So at that in itself
And
too.
I've heard people taking trips, like cross country and starting new businesses with that kind of money.
People have actually. There are certain companies that allow you to buy things with Bitcoin, like legit companies that.
Well, doesn't Twitch allow it
Well, that's what
or something?
I think it does.
Are you allowed to get bits on there?
Yeah, that's.
Or is that just another term? They just call it bits.
Bits are like cryptocurrency, but you have to transfer it into money first.
Right.
So you have to take your
Well,
own money.
you do that with cryptocurrency.
Not at start though. What about mining it?
I guess not mining it. But you did. You probably paid money for getting the graphics card.
Well, obviously, even
Boom.
using the electricity just to get it.
Yeah, of course. You're always paying for it, so why not turn the energy into freaking dollar signs? I mean, this is the same thing that the energy company does, right?
Do you think that's selfish?
I mean, why don't we use solar? Why don't we really try and like every freaking solar, every roof, just do it. What, like, it would work.
Yeah.
Like, angle every single one perfectly that you need to do, and boom, everything's done. And then that whole state, and then like everybody pays a good tax like a couple years, and then it's paid for itself. Then everybody's fine. Maybe, I don't know.
I mean,
I can't never crunch that shit.
in theory, it does
That's
seem
my
like it'll work,
fantasy,
right?
That's my fantasy. I think solar energy, I think, is really, really like next level. I think we need to be using a lot more of it.
There's so many,
It's too much.
so many recyclable energy we could be using, but we don't. Like even the wind power thing. There's so many
Tesla
parts.
stuff.
Oh man.
I mean, if we knew, or I'm sure we're finding out more stuff that he only dreamed of, and it's like that's the kind of energy we need to be using.
Oh man. I see that.
I really want to get rid of petroleum. I wish we could. I really like that's a dream. The America, the world that doesn't use petroleum, that'd be cool. Like we use so little of it, it doesn't even do a thing anymore.
Yeah, I could see that.
But I don't know where that's gonna happen.
I think if anything, we should just use it for like mandatory things like space travel or something, where we really haven't developed the proper methods of going there with solar power or wind energy or anything like that. But
I don't want to be that guy wearing a Sagan shirt, but like saying, why should we go to outer space though? Like I feel like outer space is definitely where we need to think about getting, but we need to think about bettering ourselves before we can get out there.
okay, so not going all the way to outer space, but being able to still establish a satellite connection in space, because obviously we send a lot of satellites for the stuff we use now. Like half of the stream is being run off a fucking satellite right now, like the Wi-Fi, all
That's
that
true.
all off of satellites. So obviously we should enter the some part of space just to make sure that we can do some work around our planet and shit. But I mean, we don't have to travel to like other distant places where I see what you're saying, where we don't have to really work hard to travel to like another galaxy or another solar
Right.
system yet, where we still have a bunch of undiscovered things on our own planet. But we still should go to space to do some.
We should. Well, we still need to monitor us from space.
Yeah.
That's for certain. I agree with that. Like, we already have enough of us watching us. Like, to just cancel that or something would be really dangerous, because everybody else is watching us too.
Oh man, yeah, that's true too. And I mean,
Countries,
even just
countries of different respects,
different
and,
motives.
yeah,
just trying to do different things,
Mhm.
right?
different foundations,
Dude,
totally different
You could even
nationalism.
think of it as like I'm totally pulling the fucking conspiracy card here, but China just like monitoring our day-to-day driving habits just to see how we drive, and then for whatever reason they're going to use that against us. I'm not saying they will, but that's that scenario.
Isn't the laugh is that they're really bad drivers, so maybe they're really trying to learn something.
Yeah, there you go.
If America is any better at driving,
We got to monitor those streets. That wasn't racist.
they're like, we'll try and, yeah, if it was, I'm sorry.
No, that's the point. But still, I mean, space, China, they can
go there. What do you do in space though after that? What do you do in space?
clean
What
up
are you
some
gonna do in
shit.
space?
Clean up some shit. We fucked up in the beginning. We threw satellites up there that
So
only
we're gonna
last.
we're gonna clean space.
Why not?
That'd be cool.
Well,
I wish they were thinking that productive.
I think he is. I think Trump is thinking that productive.
Yeah. Yeah, he is. He really is.
He did not come up with the idea for Space Force for nothing. So, I mean, let his Space Force idea.
I don't want to sound like that, like blue, but like a wall is
Obviously not. No.
right.
That's where he shouldn't be focusing his efforts on. He
Right.
should be focusing them on other very important things like space, like
Yeah.
sciences, like the medicines,
Yeah.
like the marijuanas.
Yeah.
But he's not. He's
Definitely
building the wall.
marijuanas.
He's not. He's building a wall which is just going to separate us. Separate two countries that really work together well. I mean, half of our workforce comes from there. I mean, I'm not being racist or anything, but it's true.
No, it's true.
So just building this wall is putting more of a deterrent in front of us, where it's just like more problems, more anger, and not only that.
But there's lots of money going towards it right now, and here's like the real hard question for me is if Do you really think he's going to get 4 more? Do you think America is going to allow 4 more? Come on, America, are you going to allow 4 more years of him?
I don't
Like, let's do something. Let's do that. So let's, like, anybody else just that isn't him, you vote against that. Like, I don't think we need 4 years of him because there's so much money going towards it right now, right?
Okay.
And then we vote. Maybe we change shit. Hopefully we change shit, right? And it's not him again. Then there's no wall. And then there's just a bunch of money that we can reroute, hopefully. You know, like fingers crossed. I don't know.
Yeah, I see where this is going.
That's like my like scratch.
Okay.
My little scratch of glimmer of hope that
Okay.
we have to have seen like how much damage he did in just 4 years and how much like different America feels right now. Let's change it back up.
So, okay, here's this. In scenario 2, he does get the 4 years.
Yeah.
The wall does go up.
Yeah.
What starts to happen then?
I don't think we're going to go to space. I think we're going to start a war. I think I'd have to buy a gun.
You don't have a gun already?
No.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I feel safe about that.
Well, now, I guess, in this time, you could feel safe. But, I mean, this is America.
I have protection.
Oh, okay. That's always good to hear. I mean,
Yeah.
Are these registered? I mean, I don't know how that goes, but
I don't know how that works either.
I'm totally fucking with you. The funny thing about it all, though, is that Trump is going to be visited by aliens in 2020. Is he going to accept it or not?
Which aliens? The Giants?
No, they're called the Blues.
The Blues.
Yeah, the Blues. They have like some sort of name, but I don't remember their exact name. They actually came once before.
Of course.
They talked to Nixon.
Nixon.
Nixon didn't want anything to do with them though because he thought they're gonna.
That's what Watergate is. It's all. It didn't happen. It's a poem for him seeing the aliens.
It makes sense.
Yeah, it's an odyssey.
But he never like met with them. He was too scared that the aliens are gonna like take secrets.
So we know about aliens. So the politicians know about aliens and are wondering if they're gonna come for them and visit them, and whether we elected somebody who is going to accept them.
See, okay, now I'm just throwing more bullshit out there because I don't know. But what about the
I don't know
fact that
either.
there's aliens here already?
I mean, what would you do if Trump was the person that we had to like talk to aliens? Like they were like, "Hey, we need to talk to your person in charge," and we were like, "It's that guy."
We would have some problems. We would be stuck.
and he would be like, "We don't know." He would be like, "I don't have a Trump impersonation, so I couldn't." But
let me tell you guys, there's more to it than you know. I don't know, but yeah. Yeah, but again, who do we have? Do we even have anybody smart enough to be able to talk to aliens? Would we want one of our scientists to do it? Would we want Neil Tyson, Bill Nye?
No, I don't think anybody who is actually in the pop culture scene. I think somebody who is actually a scientist.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if they don't have the confidence or know how to talk to the public, then obviously like we need somebody to translate that, but I think it would be better to have somebody who's actually working on the force.
Okay, I can see that.
I love Bill Nye. I love Neil. I love any of our beautiful, figures of the science
poster
world.
star science figures.
Yes. But they make it fun to learn. Even Will Smith now, right?
Oh man,
did you see that documentary?
No.
Oh yeah, he's a voice for like some Earth stuff.
Oh my god,
you're living on Earth. Yeah, it's great.
What's up? That's so crazy because, okay, here's another problem I have.
What?
YouTube allows celebrities to get super famous super fast. Okay? I don't know if you know the whole problem. It started off with a lot of other celebrities. One of the most famous ones is Will Smith. Starts a YouTube channel.
I didn't know that. I haven't seen anything on it.
Oh, dude, he could post anything and get millions of views.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Where somebody like another really high name YouTuber, I'm just throwing his name out there because we all know who he is like someone like Jake Paul or somebody would post a video up and it takes him a while to get to those million views before somebody like Will Smith, where on this platform he's worked really hard to do what he needed to do, and Will Smith is an actor and just like, I'll make money here now. It's my turn to make money here now. You know who?
So are you saying that celebrities aren't allowed to use the this platform?
I think they have like
They're not allowed here?
they have like a really big up jump. They really get to do. Oh man,
It depends. I mean, you're watching Joe Rogan.
yeah, but it's a different.
He's allowed to just boom up right there. Like what, 4 years? He's huge. Everybody talks about him, makes fun of him.
Yeah.
And that's respectively like what Howard Stern, but 2019, 2018.
You think so?
Oh, easy.
That's actually a good like like putting those two.
I think so, easily.
Interesting.
Yeah, and
But Howard Stern still
taking
rocks
it to the
radio.
next level. Like, oh yeah, the radio. But what platform are you using? Do you use the radio?
Right? Am I on Sirius right now?
Are you using the radio?
No, I'm not.
No.
We're on.
No,
we're
you're
on
on the internet.
We're on YouTube's.
You're on the CenturyLink or Xfinity hotline.
Yeah.
Hotline.
All day. All day. Call us up. Where's that business line?
They used to call me on the internet.
What else? Let's talk black metal.
Black metal.
Yeah.
Oh,
Black-
I'm out of tune on black metal.
Really now?
Yeah.
Pull up the clip. Pull up the clip.
Pull up the clip.
He knows what I'm talking about. Okay. Who's one? Can you name some original black metal artist?
For me,
Yeah.
it starts with Dark Funeral,
Okay.
Dark Throne,
Okay.
and then Burzum.
Okay.
Mayhem, kind of.
Okay.
Venom.
Ooh.
When I found Venom, I stuck with Venom, and I really went with Venom.
Interesting.
I liked Venom a lot because it was more that thrash, like what would lead us to Slayer and DRI, even, you know, that more upbeat Motorhead, even like influence from.
It had a lot of the up. Yeah.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying. Well, the
Don't get me wrong though, I love some of that slow like rides and just like long drawn out.
of
Yeah.
the well,
That's good stuff.
I only say this because recently they actually just made a movie of black metal.
Did you see the other one?
The Until the
Until the
Light,
Light
takes. That's a
Takes-
documentary.
Right.
This is a movie.
What's
Yeah.
the movie?
I know. We're gonna play the clip. Play the clip. Play the clip.
Play the clip. The next part.
Watch the ad.
The next tech you need is posting this for the viewers to see too.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. They've even suggested it. Don't tell me what they want. I know what they want.
Because I wanted to.
Oh man. So then we'd probably be watching it like this, which I don't like. I have to figure out something. Anyways, here we go. Start from the beginning. You have to hear his first words.
Here I am, an average teenager, you may think. But you couldn't be more wrong. I am the founder of Mayhem, the most infamous black metal band in the world.
Wow.
We are lords of chaos.
You guys suck.
Mom, tell her to get out.
I'm sure it's like that. I'm sure.
Life was easy back then. It was all about having fun, drinking beer, playing hard and loud music. And then everything changed. Varg,
Everybody
the lone
hates each other.
wolf,
Huh?
hereby
Everybody
appoints you
hates each other.
Oh,
bass player
dude.
of Mayhem.
We have to take this to
Like,
the
if
next
I don't
level.
kill you,
Hey, you said it yourself.
not real.
We should burn them all down.
If you do this, we're... He did it.
Terror has swept across Norway.
The police have described the murder as extremely violent.
Either you do it for the cause and you take action, or you do it because you want attention. You can't have it both ways.
The suspect.
Rory Culkin. You know who that is? That's Macaulay Culkin's brother.
Hey,
You see that? You
Isn't
see?
Macaulay Culkin coming back?
No, he's not coming. Just because he was on Joe Rogan doesn't mean he's coming back.
He's better
Now
now.
you betray it.
He was in an ad.
Yeah, I saw
Throughout
that.
this dream, this vision, you were in control. You were a leader. This'll be all
I only
those things
kind of
you
want to
wanted.
run a cult.
Kind of.
Yeah.
How does this not?
But, like, I don't think I need a band.
Yeah. I mean, some cults. I don't know.
Do it. What? Pull the trigger!
Hi, pal, it's Dad.
We are the lords of chaos. I've come to take your soul. There you go, man.
Killing your best friend.
It just came out. Just came out.
Interesting.
What do you think?
Is it on YouTube?
No, I can't find it yet.
Hmm.
I know it's in select theaters, and I might have to go to, like, I don't know, find it somewhere, and I still need to watch it and find out it's a lie. A lot of, like, original black metal people are just like, this is shit. I'm not gonna watch this.
I'm not gonna watch this.
This is something that I cannot get behind. The history of black
Do you
metal.
think it's making a mockery?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Do you think it's being real?
I think it's just jumping on the bandwagon of all these other movies that are coming out about music.
Well, it's just doing exactly what a Rockstar movie does, right?
But supposedly this has been 10 years in the making. They've been trying to make this movie for 10 years.
Same thing as SLC Punk,
Oh,
the
man.
Germs movie.
Yeah.
You know,
They've been making it, trying to make it for years.
they do it. That's what they got to do.
Man.
Once you turn it into a movie, then it's like, oh, that's a joke. It's dead.
You think, well, okay, so here's some more. After seeing
It's
this,
important. It still exists. People still make that music.
But it's not the same.
It's yeah.
it's not the same.
Yeah.
Originally, what I found out is that there's only 3 original black metal bands.
Yeah.
It's only Mayhem, Bergerum, and Dark Throne. That's it. After that, black metal died because it became too commercial. Everybody wanted to be black metal at that point.
Well, people blame Celtic Frost a lot for that.
Yeah, really?
Oh yeah. That's their big like bite in the butt. Is they were one of them. I think one of the interviews called them hair metal of the black metal scene.
What did they start before then?
Because I'm not sure. I don't remember what Celtic Frost like has original work. I've watched a documentary where actually it wasn't about him. It was about H.R. Geiger.
Okay.
But the lead singer of Celtic Frost, like hangs out with H.R. Geiger, or did, before he died, a lot. Helped him around his house.
Interesting.
Like, how fucking cool is that?
He's just like, yeah, buddy, come over.
He made some good music. His music's more... It's so interesting how black metal, like... To call it black metal, even. Because Until the Light Takes Us, the documentary.
Yeah.
I like what the leader of Burzum says. He says, I never wanted to call it metal. He wanted to call it dark noise.
Yeah.
And I like that. That applies so much better. We
It
should
makes-
call it that.
It made sense, too, because the sound that they were going for
I feel
was not.
Yeah, calling it black metal already makes it glam.
Yeah.
That's when black metal dies. When you call it black metal.
I'd like that.
That's when black metal dies. Because like there are other bands that are considered like black metal but also melodic death metal. You know, Dissection.
Yeah.
Really freaking awesome, but like if you really listen to them, it's like kind of glammy. No, like not trying to talk shit on them, but like it's
They have the synthesizers.
very good studio work.
Yeah. And that's where that's already crossing the line.
That's where we get in the line, right? But like that's also saying like what punk rock did. Like punk rock was like just garage shit, right?
That's
wasn't
so
it?
crazy that
And then it goes into
yeah.
a studio and you have the Clash, and it's like, well, this is radio punk.
Everyone's
But
doing
then
it,
there's the Ramones rocking it, and they're very angsty. They're not as angsty as the Clash. Clash is kind of like, hey, hi.
So if you wanted to, you can pretty much compare those two straight down the line.
You
like
could.
going like the punk scene is just like that. It started off really raw.
Well, no, because there's before them. There's like the Cramps in the 70s, you know.
Okay.
And there's like the like kind of hillbilly stuff. Oh, that's wrong. Rockabilly stuff. Sorry.
So there was
Sorry.
still though
Not
that kind
hillbilly.
of that punkish sound going from then.
You know, that kind of that march, that almost country style, like blues inspired, but blues taken up a little
Okay.
bit on more in the
I see.
BPMs. You
Yeah,
know.
I see what you're saying. That's so crazy. I love having two perspectives of different music genres because I'm not saying you're well versed in black
No.
metal and you're
No,
not
you
well
can't.
versed
You
in
can't
the
say
punk
that.
music and stuff like that.
I
But
really
you
pay
know a
attention to
lot.
it.
You know a lot.
I try to.
Compared to like my friend Kevin. I don't know if you remember Kevin.
I
He's
remember
this
Kevin. He
tall
was cool.
guy with
Yeah.
long hair.
Mhm.
He really knows a lot about the black metal scene.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that you did that comparison with the punk scene is totally blowing my mind right now because that does make sense. Because a lot of, I don't want to say I'm trying to think of bands that were featured like in SLC Punk that were kind of like underground garage kind of thing where they just wanted to make noise with
Even
whatever
that was
amp.
a lot of poppy stuff too, though.
Really?
Not to be a total dick, but like, yeah, that was still a lot of.
When did
I
it
think
turn
they
into
have-
hardcore
I think
then?
they have like the they might have the Descendants on there and the Circle Jerks.
Like then when did it turn into hardcore?
Train
Like
Spotting has the Circle Jerks.
like
actually.
fucking like Napalm Death and shit like that.
When do you get into that?
Yeah, like
I don't know what year that comes. I don't know what year that comes into
how
play,
that transitioned too. Like,
but that definitely comes, after punk.
and that it's influenced by that scene too as
definitely.
well.
Definitely. Have you ever thought of you listen to 6 Feet Under?
Yeah,
That's all punk. Listen to those fucking lyrics, dude. Like everything that he's talking about it's not really like death metal, right?
Okay, yeah.
He's talking about like
I
some
got-
of it,
yeah.
it's more hardcore about what he's going to do to fight for his right in this place, In punk you're fighting like I'm telling you you're a piece of shit.
Now stand
and
up.
I'm on to you.
I'm gonna fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is how I'm going to fight you. And then now it's taking it to the next level. This is how I'm going to fight you by chopping your head off and putting it on a chain and rolling it down the street with me on my car. It's like, oh, okay, so we have more, like, just more poetry here.
Okay.
Just more of an image to be drawn for you versus just the blunt, like, vague picture. We get into the gritty details.
Yeah. Of like,
That's what I feel like what death metal started to do with like 6 Feet Under, or I'm not too sure too with death metal who starts what, but I feel like it starts with Cannibal Corpse does start with 6 Feet with Chris Barnes.
okay. Because that's another in itself too. The whole death metal scene.
Mhm.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So much music. And that's just talking about one genre.
Yeah.
We're not even talking about stupid bluegrass or punk or we are talking about punk.
Well, yeah, but it's crazy how it all it comes from our blues and our jazz.
It comes from a lot of shit, like the classical aspect.
It's
even
kind of
before-
tribal.
Yeah,
If you really think
tribal.
about it, it's really like when you start listening to how somebody's plucking strings. I mean, just put them next to a fire and you'll be like, oh yeah.
I get
It's
it.
like, I get it. Yeah. Checks out.
It's so weird just to think about. Music in general has just always fascinated me in so many ways because even like right now, the tone of voice that we have
Mhm.
is a musical note.
Right.
Like if
Right,
somebody,
well,
if one of
yeah.
us was really good that had perfect pitch, they can literally tell us exactly what pitch we're talking at. Like, oh,
That's-
you're talking in like E. You kind of fluctuate.
That would be nuts.
But
That would
there,
be nuts to see that information.
there is people that can do it for us. And we are talking in a pitch right now.
Right,
In a
right.
certain frequency,
Right.
in a certain hertz. And it's all happening where it could be recognized in a musical note, which is pretty sick. That's what I love about it. Because, Even like the noise that happened.
We should throw some rap beats while we're talking,
Dude.
like in the background.
No, because
And
NPR.
it's like we're rapping at us.
You know, NPR has
I do.
stories with a beat, and I can't do that. That's their thing.
Oh, that's their thing.
Yeah.
They already did that.
Yeah.
Damn it.
NPR, you're already way ahead of me, dude. NPR's up there, dude.
They started the cameras and the microphones right away.
NPR is like, that's where the news is at. I listen to NPR.
That's because they were originally like in a journalism, right?
Yeah.
So that makes good for it.
How do you feel about journalism? Do you feel like it's honest? Do you feel like we have honest journalism, or most of it is just biased opinion from somebody?
Well, I think journalism is already a broken image because it's it is just that. It's an image that somebody else has drawn for you, the way that they think that you should hear the story. Right?
Yeah.
What they think is important, they're gonna find and journalize about. Right?
Uh-huh.
They're going to if there's somebody who's trying to get the grit and the nasty on Trump, then there's somebody who's investigating him 24/7. Somebody who's trying to figure out internet security, then it's somebody who's doing that and actually, I don't know, trying to do internet security and learning to write about it, about health and nutrition. That's a big one.
Okay.
And then, of course, video games. Lots of video games have journalism now. Tons of journalism pages that you can see. IGN, of course, is huge.
But I love how it's like, again, negative and positive aspects of it. When it
tons of stuff and that's what I mean. Is everybody's going to have to trying to create different bias. How do you give the feedback on what you're interacting with?
So here's an example. If a journalist is like, oh yeah, video gaming is bad, nobody should be video game because it causes bad strain on your eyes and you can't be staring at a screen so long.
Like the health problems.
Yeah, there's health problems
games.
of that. But then there's another journalist who says the physical aspects of why it's good, it improves your reflexes, obviously, in certain situations, your puzzle solving skills, certain kind of...
It gives you something to do.
There you go, recreational
time.
time.
If you have online, you're having society and you're having a community.
So when the cons don't weigh out, is it still bad? Like, okay, there is eye strain, but I mean, they've invented glasses so you put on and you don't have to worry about that anymore. Is it still negative?
Now you can make money off of it. I don't think so.
But it's still considered a disorder. Did you know that?
Video games?
Video gaming is considered a health disorder. Yeah, you can get a check in the mail for that because you're too addicted, and you can seek help.
There's help out there.
It's hard to imagine that that's a thing.
It is interesting.
But yet
video games are very addicting.
But yet we have the...
It is a whole world, right?
How can you do that, though, when we have the aspect of Twitch or YouTube gaming, watching gaming content all the time? Like, obviously, there's an addiction. Or are you calling it an addiction just to get away with pushing your agenda?
What else are they supposed to be using it for?
What do you mean?
Like, what is it? Like, why is it bad? Why are we looking at it with a bad light? What else do we need to be doing with this technology? The streaming technology, the ability to make video games. What if you just turn all of that off?
Well, there are some benefits, obviously.
What do you reroute? What do you reroute the video game industry for? You know what I mean? Like if it's really bad, if it's really a problem, and we just shut it all off and we just stop it all. What do you reroute all of that technology that money spent for? I think it is good for something. I think we're definitely noticing that it's something that can be a culture and a community. The same way people get into fitness.
Okay.
You see energy drinks now for freaking gaming. And
even the...
Like, it's going to make you game better.
Even the mix of gaming and sports.
Yeah.
Together.
Of course, esports. It's great. I think it's totally great. You should reward people for it.
Right?
It's a total investment.
It's a skill.
And I think it's just like sports. I don't know if it was on yours or another podcast I was watching. There's an age limit. There's definitely an age limit. Kids are definitely better at video games than we are.
Yeah, that's true.
It's nuts.
Well, they do say that it's okay. So
Reaction time is
yeah.
like
I really like to play
stupid.
StarCraft a lot. Well, I used to like to play. I'm about to play
Right.
it more. But there was a certain age where that was your peak age.
Mhm.
Once you hit 22, that was it.
oh, damn it.
Yeah, I know. That makes me so sad.
I'm long gone.
But how does that even work, though? Like, can you be... You probably can be that special case out of the norm sometimes, right?
Yeah.
More than likely not. No, I'm not, obviously. But you still
You
can do that.
You can resurrect that. You can definitely resurrect that.
Is it that...
It's focus. It's taking that same kind of approach that you do as a child, right? That kind of like, I want to explore the whole world, and I'm not afraid about it.
Okay.
Kind of attitude. Like you're willing to learn shit. You're stubborn about it, but like you're a lot more open minded, I think. And then after you learn so much, there's just other things that make you totally turn your face away, and you're like, nah. Now I doubt the world. Now I doubt happiness.
The world in itself is just a weird place.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It's crazy.
Is it though? I mean, it's going along. It's evolving. You're evolving.
So
You're
like,
changing constantly.
we have...
So is the world.
Yeah, but there's like places like Antarctica where like probably crazy shit's happening, but we can never see it or
What's
go
crazy
there.
shit?
Huh?
Are they making new? They are making new what plants that can grow in harsher conditions.
Yeah, probably like some
They're
kind
making
of
super soldier serum.
mycobacteria
Would
that's
love that.
under an
We
ice.
already have that. Have you seen that?
Do we what?
Stem cells.
Well, obviously, look at Mel
Stem cell
Gibson's
injection.
dad.
Don't you wish you could get that?
If I could, I feel like...
Would you?
No, yeah, I guess. I mean, I bet you I would feel better, but
I would after a workout. I'm sure that would be like the best protein.
yeah, see, that's why would you need it if you already are trying to
I would
live
go
your
real
whole
hard,
life?
and then just
Do your best.
yeah,
Just do it. Go all out.
yeah.
Oh man,
Every time. That would be the new steroids. That'd be cool.
nice. Are you still pretty physically fit?
I try to.
Still working out?
I try to.
Nice.
I did today.
That's good.
Yeah,
That's always good.
yeah.
Keeping that tone. They
Getting there.
how it's hard to think about like the aging of life with,
Of your body, man.
but I mean, doing the things you're doing now, like you said, a little bit of exercising does help, so you live a longer lasting life. But what if there
I could just get hit by lightning.
but so you could survive.
I probably could survive, actually.
A lot of people have.
I think I'd have to
survived.
get hit by lightning a couple times before I died.
No, you might die with one strike.
You
But
think so?
yeah. Come
Maybe.
on, man.
Maybe.
Maybe if it was next to you, it'd be pretty severe. But head on, I don't.
Maybe head on.
I don't know
I guess
how-
it depends on how it hits you.
How the fuck does
Does
head
it
on
hit you?
work with lightning? Oh shit! It's coming
Precision
head
hit.
on.
Headshot.
Yeah, there you go. Right. Lightning's weird. Why? Would,
God's just like, fuck yeah. You see on his little screen, the little headshot comes up.
I wonder if he's yeah.
He's like, fuck yeah. I'm so good.
I do this all day
Fuck that guy.
because there's like
He's going hell.
sickle tropical rainforest that rain all the time, so he's just having fun.
Yeah, he goes over there. He's like, I love this place. I call it my sauna. Drinks coffee.
From the coca leaf.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
yeah,
Jesus.
yeah.
I don't. Let's talk religion. Going into that, I mean, obviously, you're not a religious person, right?
No, and it all I feel like it all is part of the foundation that, like I said, is that if you can accept, I don't know if I said it.
Well, let's find
but
out.
I'm saying it right now. If how you accept your foundation, right? No. Like I was saying with the apple, how you were taught that is what it is. Then how you're taught when you ask the hardest question, what happens when I stop? What happens when all this just stops? When I can't do this anymore? You're a kid, you understand that a lot. Like, it happens. You ask yourself, like, what if I just die? What happens when I die? Where do I go?
I mean, right now, everybody asks that question.
Right.
People listening to this are probably just like, holy shit, what do I do?
Yeah.
No,
and that's when you have to, it's up to you to take that acceptance on how you're going to believe your soul is worth it and your time is worth it on this earth. If it's worth giving to some deity because you're promised an eternity of riches or just like good times, it's just better. You're just like always high.
never got to worry about life.
Right. I don't know what you would do. Like, what do you do with eternal happiness? Isn't that interesting?
You'd have
Can you think about that?
You'd have to experience it to be able to know what it's like.
But I think eternal happiness is possible.
What is it though?
It's just living your life happy, man.
But
if you live happy the whole time until you die, eternally happy.
that makes no sense though.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, because once you pass, you're gonna fucking be done. You're gonna.
But you would have
been happy the whole time.
you have to kind of like start at a point, obviously.
You have to correct yourself. You have to learn to discipline. I think discipline's discipline in how you're going to get affected by how you believe in things.
Yeah.
And how you are taught things. If you believe that you should hate that man because he's a different color, and you strongly believe that, and you're believing that so hard to the fullest extreme that you're like, yeah, that guy just doesn't deserve to live just because he's a different color. It's so gross. I don't know. There's something wrong with you because you're not understanding the bigger picture. That's definitely true. But
damn, dude, that's poetic. But I get what you're saying. I get it. And I guess not believing in a religion, but I guess the ideas of religion.
But the same goes. It doesn't even matter after skin color. It's a matter of like how you believe you're gonna pass.
Yeah, that's
somebody else believes that they deserve to go to Allah, and they, need. Okay, I'm not gonna butcher that or be really racist towards that religion, but there are others that you are offered lots of women and bounty of endless sex, and like, is that really the best thing in life? Is that the best? Is like just total euphoric sexy time the totally best thing in the world? And if that's what you believe is, then that's your religion, and you should go with it, but it shouldn't come in contact with how society works. And your society shouldn't be raised on a religion. That's
what's weird too, is because like religion does kind of give you that safe point, because it's it does kind of give you that like, I'll be okay because I know I'm going somewhere.
Yeah.
Not only that though, it helps society function because it kind of gives that safe point inside of society. Obviously, you can't be a bad person in society because you won't go to wherever your religious deity,
right,
wherever utopia is. And that's the same instance as like having religion there as like a safeguard for, I don't want to say like stupid, but kind of like cattle herding,
It is.
You have it there for like being able to tell people, hey, if you believe in this, obviously you're going in this direction. But you can't do these things because you won't go to this direction. Guess what? Those things pertain to not only religion, also your society.
I feel like all that is really though is the perfectly painted picture for that person's, like, I don't want to sound like that etheric, but vibe. You know what I mean? Is that when somebody is wondering the same question as to where I'm going to go when I die, and they hear different answers. They hear many answers. You're offered your Christian life, your Catholic life now. Jesus comes in many flavors, and then there are other things, other religions, and Shiva, whatever. Okay. Whichever one is the one that sounds like resonates with you the most, that you feel most satisfied with, is often is going to be the one that you choose.
Okay.
Most of the time, that's going to be because of your family and your surroundings. Sometimes your government.
To a certain point, though, I mean, unfortunately, in some parts of the world, you can't really have an open mind towards
Right.
religion.
That's what I mean.
So, but thankfully, here,
but it's still influenced on them.
yeah, it is.
Right.
It is.
I mean that we can.
I don't want to assume what your beginnings were, but you have
Catholicism.
You have Catholic
Mm-hmm.
like morals and values, because
At the beginning,
they're still there, but you don't see them as Catholic and moral values anymore.
I try not to.
Yeah, you see them as
really
like being
try
a
not
good
to.
person,
Yeah.
just the common human adaptation to other people.
Adaptation is the perfect word, because that's what I try and do. I know that there are certain morals in Catholicism that we can definitely understand is in any moral code
Yeah.
that we would want for humanity. So those are the things that you can obviously stick with and translate to your new moral code, right? A lot of the times that we would respect each other.
Yeah, and I love how religion kind of paints that for some people, but unfortunately it leads them into a cultist-like attitude because they believe it whole-heartedly, where they're going to church every Sunday.
Yeah.
They're
It's affecting
donating
their meals.
money.
It's
Yeah.
affecting their diet,
Certain people could only eat certain things based on their religion.
their mental health, their relationships.
That brings other topics too. Is like, is that mental health, thinking that you're gonna go to heaven? I mean,
It works though, right? I mean,
that's weird as fuck. That shit's weird as fuck.
it gets people by, right? It's almost like a video game, isn't it?
Well,
Because
don't even
it's-
start there, because we are in a fucking simulation at that point.
Yeah, that's their simulation. They like to gather around the people who all like feel good when everybody's like, God, man, I love this guy. God, yeah, hey,
You.
I love him too. And he's like, yeah, I love him too, man. I love you because you love him, dude. I love you because you love him. And it's all just like, what? but they're happy doing it, right? And that's what gets them by. It's like every fucking weekend when they go by and then they meet up afterward for food, probably.
Nope. See Tom. See Leslie.
Routines. They got to do these routines, and if you don't have those routines, fall out of whack. Other people need the total whack, right? They need to like totally have no routine and do wild things every time.
And then I guess that's just the type of person then at that point, right?
Yeah, they're all rituals though.
Can you really then? I guess, would you be able to change their rituals? Say like,
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. That's what rehabilitation is.
Okay.
And everybody's rehabilitating in some way, right?
That's true. Yeah, probably
That's
a
what I
false
do.
belief or anything.
That's what I do. I work out. That's my rehabilitation.
I try to stay away from fast food.
There you go.
I try, but
Yeah.
I mean, that is one of those things where it's like,
Mhm.
I should try.
Yeah.
So I see what you're saying, though. It is pretty much in a lot of aspects too.
And you can say that with a video game. You're rehabilitating yourself in patterns, reaction time.
Yeah. Speaking of that,
Playing music does the same thing.
don't even get me started on music, dude. My brain's on another level because of music.
It is.
It's sad to say, but it is.
It is.
I wish I could have improved it more when I was younger.
Don't we all?
Yeah.
You have all the time though.
Yeah.
You have all the time.
And it's helped me growing up, because I don't want to say that I'm smarter because I know music, but there are certain things that I can recall so fast and so cool because of music. I just remember sitting there playing guitar, constant repetition of the guitar, and listening to random facts. Some of them stuck for whatever reason, and it happened just because of that. Whatever function that happens when music happens, which is cool.
That is what we are, man. We totally just love sound. We like talking, and that's what literature is to people. They find different words in books and how people paint different pictures with those words.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh man, that's a cool thing that you said with the words right there.
But that just blows.
And then you're like, oh man, that's a cool way that you made those notes sing together. And you're like, yeah, I want to learn to play that. Or you make that and you're like, fuck, that's good.
But that blows.
And that's what we all do. That's what we all do. The constant, like, that's how you vibe with, you know, a girl. That's how you vibe with a dude, with your boss, how you win them over.
Yeah.
You got to sing the right note, right?
Play him the right things.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's, okay, here comes this then.
But everybody.
What if this is just a simulation then? It's all wasted? Did we
wasted?
Did we?
Is it wasted?
Is it wasted?
Is it what's wasted? Why is it trash?
Okay, here's the example. If we're playing a simulation right now,
Mm-hmm.
are we all in the simulation, or is it just one person simulation? And if that's the case, are we just extras that don't deserve to be here? Like, for whatever reason,
If we didn't deserve to be here, then if you feel like, if you're out there and you feel like you don't deserve to be here, then you need to fix something. I don't have all the keys right there for you, but I don't feel like I should deserve life, right? I don't wake every day and I deserve life. I just want it.
but with the simulation theory, that just blows that aspect out.
That's fine. Regardless, I still want it. I still want what I'm doing. And if the creator decides that it doesn't need me, then it will. I mean, that's the same way it would happen if I was just destined to die.
Okay.
That's how I think about it. I think it's the same kind of like picture drawn. Is if I'm fated to be dead in next year, in next month, you know, then we're like, oh shit. That's weird that he really started talking about that, and then he's all of a sudden dead. But
I mean, it wouldn't.
But if that's what it was, then that's what it was. I mean, I wouldn't be able to say anything about it, right?
That's true.
And I'm not really worried about where I go. So,
Well, it's just mind blowing to think that, like, if the aspect of a simulation is a thing, is it kind of like the Matrix where we're all inside of it? Or is it just one person that's inside of it and we are just the extra data inside of it? Kind of if you play The Last of Us and you walk
why
right
are we
next.
extra data? Like, why was there extra data created for,
It's a world.
like, purpose? Like, what is the purpose?
Because it's a world. It's to, like, you're living in another world. So you made this whole world. Like, think of it as computer programming for a video game. You create every aspect of it as detailed as you can.
Right.
There are gaming creators that want to create the grain on this microphone on a video game. They want to be able to be that close to life. So what's not to say they did it already and we are part of it as the extra data? Because again, if the game creator is like, oh man, I want the best details out there,
then they did a great job.
it's amazing.
Then they did a great job.
It's amazing.
This is better than IKEA.
This is
They did a really good job.
right.
Yeah.
So, but that
And
again,
and then that's telling us that, like,
that would just blow
the
my fucking
thing-
mind.
something that, like, roots me in the fact that I feel that we're not in some kind of simulation is the fact that of our new technology that comes out. The fact that we say that we have, like, more than 4K technology. Okay. That's great that you can create that on a screen. But you're telling me you'd have to, all of this is a simulation, then you'd have, where's that plugged in?
We don't.
That's what I mean.
That's the thing.
That's what I mean. Everything is too physical. I know. I don't really know how to even break it down more than that.
If
I
it
feel
was,
like I'm unintelligent on this subject. Yeah, but I mean, is the fact that there's things that are just too solid in our world that I feel too much that I'm convinced that it cannot be digital.
That's not
This
okay.
cannot be. I know that this is a
Hallucination. Yeah.
Yes. I know what I've convinced myself this is, so that way I'm comfortable with my surrounding. That I know, but I can get behind the fact that it's made of digital information, or that we've already acquired that information, but we're slowly like getting the public being able to see it. It's like I don't think our public is that behind. I don't think that we have that much secrets behind us or behind closed walls that are just like unfathomable.
But like that doesn't mean that we still wouldn't be in a simulation. Like what I'm getting across.
But then there's a philosophical term that you're implying then with a simulation.
Yeah.
And that's the same that I mean with hallucination.
But again, we are not in the simulation. We are just the extra data in the simulation.
But what does that mean? That's where I'm illiterate on it, because
Okay.
I wouldn't understand why is there extra data.
Okay, think of it this way.
When I think of the universe, when I think of how
You're
the
thinking
universe works,
you're thinking huge. I guess
that's what I mean.
Okay, so
That's what I mean.
But
like,
okay,
why is Earth so constrained? And there's what, just some people all in a simulation there, and we keep them in a supercomputer to what, save the world?
not really in that aspect.
That'd be cool.
No,
I'd take that.
think of it
If
more.
you shrink down our whole world to a hard drive, and we could live in a hard drive,
We probably are right now. That's the thing. Is okay. Take this for an example.
I don't know.
For the extra data thing, I know you're kind of like I don't
we
get
went out to space, and I feel like if we went out to space, that wouldn't have been something they made. Oh, fuck.
That's so simulation.
What if they made it in a computer?
That is so simulation.
Okay, maybe I'm catching up with you.
But the best thing that I'm trying to explain is that even if it's not all
You
of
see
us,
the light bulb?
all of us in a simulation, the extra data thing makes sense because there's so much interaction inside of right now. I'm just taking it as an example inside of a video game. Like let's take Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah.
There's so many things going on in the game right now that you have to go to that location for it to happen. Correct?
Maybe. I haven't played it.
Okay, but it's in that aspect. So
Yeah.
you have this whole town map.
Yeah.
Say something's going on in the Old Southwest.
Yeah,
You have to go to the Old Southwest at this time to go see what's happening.
that's true.
That's like this exact scenario right now. What I'm talking about is like whoever's playing this simulation right now, it could be LeBron James. It could be fucking whoever. LeBron James is playing the simulation to be the best basketball player in the world. Unfortunately, we're stuck because we're extra data in it. He's never interacted with us because he's never had to. He doesn't want to come all the way this way.
Then why are we talking about him?
Because he's that important in the simulation.
Damn it.
It's crazy. I
blame my parents.
I feel the simulation theory.
I blame my parents. That's why I didn't win the simulation.
Oh man.
They named me something super generic, and so it's like, oh, I can't be famous with that.
I don't know, man. Nate. The simulation. I fucking.
That's.
I love talking about that shit all day.
Maybe that's why I'm okay with being the simulation, is because I'm like already accepted that I'm like, okay, if I could die, then I would die. I have a kind of nihilistic attitude towards things.
Okay.
So in that sense, it's like, oh, if it's a simulation, then
That's
it's
even
a
better.
simulation.
That's even better.
Then I still have time to learn things. I can do that until the simulation decides to end me, and then I'll repeat my cycle.
That's crazy.
There's not much I can do with that.
So like
Right? I mean, what you find out you're a simulation.
Yeah.
Now what do you do?
You keep playing the game.
Right.
Just keep playing.
Right, and like in like what is it, Black Mirror?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe. Find the scenario. The story.
you know the one with the American
Spoiler. Just gonna go ahead.
the American Idol thing.
Oh yeah, okay.
And the dude ends up like wanting to kill himself with the glass,
But he ends up becoming a star for it.
Right. That's the simulation, right? That's the fact that like until you actually make a name or say something so provocative, then you're just a normal runner and watcher and voter and everything else.
I don't know. That's pretty cool. I like where it's coming from.
Yeah.
But see then I guess that throws mine a little out of the water, because if it is the one person that's in the simulation, LeBron James, and we're all just extras, then how does that account for like other famous people? And that's pretty cool that they got this chance in this simulation to be that famous person.
Maybe that's when you put extra data to use.
But what is my extra data?
I don't know. You were the one that started this. You were like, oh, we're just extra data.
We're extra data in a simulation that's already been programmed.
Right. So what if you can, reprogram that data into a pop star?
What if it is
and then that's how we get famous things.
I think that's what we do now, right? That's why we want to be famous. That's why I like try to play guitar and entertain people. I mean, I'm trying to get my status in the simulation better right now.
You're getting your stars.
Oh man. That was another crazy one. Do you remember that one?
Yeah.
How do you feel? Do you feel like that's something now? Like the whole rating system? Like
if it is, I don't care about it.
You really?
No.
So okay, you going to a store?
I did, and I didn't like how I cared about it.
No, you should care about it right now.
No, I didn't like how I cared about it. I cared about how they voted on, like, I would check like pictures that I voted. I'm like, who checked it? Who liked it? I'm like, oh yeah. Oh God, check my phone. Oh God, check my phone. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
I don't like this. So
it's adrenaline. You get endorphins all.
It's dumb.
All up in my face.
It makes me mad that I care.
That's sad though.
Yeah.
I'm kind of like that. Unfortunately, I'm throwing it out there. I'm like that.
The Twitter comments, the whatever comments, the Facebook ones, all of them. Slowly get rid of them. But then you slowly work them back in, don't you?
Yeah, but like there's that aspect too. Is like, how do you become famous if you don't interact?
Right.
Like, I'm not at a Joe Rogan level where I can just ignore those posts.
Yeah, well, eventually, like, if I finish a story, then I'm gonna have to get it published. In order to get it published and get enough names, I'm gonna have to advertise. And in order to make those advertises worth it, I have to pay enough money to put them in different plugs that make people notice me more. Right. I'm gonna have to put them on bigger websites, or
maybe you can get some people to say it.
Make a better website that I pay more money for, that goes on to other people's suggestions and shit. Yeah, and then get in touch with other promoters. I'm sure, and then they teach you how to freaking really use the internet.
That's crazy to think about. That like.
That's the steps that you would have to take. Anybody.
Do you think we all try to fight for fame? Not fight for it, but go for it?
You got to make your squad.
Do you think so?
Yeah. But differently, right? Sometimes you get fame for your significant other. Sometimes you get it for your community. Sometimes you get it for your team. Like, if you represent something, like a team, I would mean like even a political party.
Yeah, you're part of the leftists.
Mm-hmm.
You're cool.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you're cool.
Well, a church, same thing.
You're not cool.
Same team.
You're not cool.
Same kind of
black
team.
metal. I see what you're saying though, because
those are different teams. Well, black metal's another team, isn't it?
Yeah, and I hate that too, the genre, but it is just a team.
Yeah. And that's what happens. That's why society's so split. Is because there's so many teams. There's so many teams to be on. Like, what's your team? Oh, I'm Destiny 2 philosophically, scientifically inspired, independent. Fuck, you probably all hate me. Not Democratic, not Republican.
What?
Not Green Party.
You don't believe in anything.
Not an atheist, nihilistic view. Like, right? And you're putting all these hats on.
I love that.
You know what I mean?
And because you start off in this really, really like big hallway, and then all of a sudden you only get a certain amount of doors you can go down now.
Right.
That
right.
people even want to go see.
Right.
Because there's so much.
Because who's on your team?
That's crazy.
Right.
I love that though, because like, if you're open-minded, you would learn from those.
Yeah. You would want to explore every single realm, right? And
Or not
understand why the humans kind of like agree on that. Like, that's what I like to do. I like to learn the different religions. I don't have any one, but I don't deny them.
Oh, I love that. That's like everything I just repeat all the time. Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't deny them. I don't deny their power.
Because you can't.
You've done magic. And I feel like it's the same shit, man.
You just can't.
It's the keeping your attention somewhere, right? Focusing on something so hard that you make it possible.
Yeah.
And that kind of devotion, that's your power on the universe. The more you push it, then you become famous. And that's why I don't think there's a simulation. Because the more you can push your actual energy on it, then the more you can become famous. But the fame doesn't have to be what everybody else might consider fame.
Yeah. It doesn't have to
maybe
be
it's
attributed.
not. Maybe you're not YouTube famous. Maybe you're not even Twitch famous. Maybe you're just famous in your. But then you don't want to be a cult either. Right, because if you're just famous within 5 people, are you just a cult?
No, that's not really a cult because they don't follow. They wouldn't follow.
No,
that
could be your family.
Yeah, it could just be a fan base.
Yeah,
but I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
but I still think it might be a simulation.
No,
who knows?
No, I'm not about it.
You're convinced it's not.
I'm convinced it's not.
All right, well, whatever.
That's on my opinion.
All right, Mike Tyson doesn't think he's a fighter either, or whatever. All right.
Yeah, he's just a loving animal.
He does think that now.
Yeah.
But he didn't back then.
I love his little show that he has.
He has, hotboxing. Yeah, that seems so sick. Dude, that guy's really into marijuana. It's so cool.
Yeah.
Big activist.
I'm sure you have to be after you take a few blows to the head, man.
Oh, man. How do you feel about that, too? Do you feel children nowadays are being, made...
Not bullied enough?
No, made a little more... They get head injuries at a young age because they're doing fucking football and stuff.
Mm.
And that's actually stopping and disrupting their brain growth.
Do we have MMA for children?
We
should not.
We should.
We should not.
I think that's more safe than fucking football.
That would be sick.
Oh, dude. A little kid getting head kicked. That's all he needs. He doesn't have to get getting rammed and rammed and rammed.
I'm thinking like a 3-year-old.
Maybe is the
little elbows that they would do.
Jiu-jitsu. It could work, dude. It could work.
That's too funny.
No, I wouldn't mix martial. I wouldn't know what to call it. BMMA.
Getting like a little arm bar. Just be so funny.
BMA.
Seeing a little kid getting an arm bar.
Baby martial arts. Where it's at. Do you practice any martial arts?
Oh, I wish.
You should.
I did want to for a little while. I was in a gym and we were doing some boxing.
Nice.
Man, that is awesome.
You ever want to roll or something? Let me know. I'm pretty good at jiu-jitsu.
Dude, I want to do jiu-jitsu.
It'd be fun.
There's a guy who comes into my work every day and he's into jiu-jitsu. He's just like the most humble dude in the world. It's like, hey dude, how's it going? He's like, same as every day. And it's like, I love this guy. It's like same exact attitude. He's like, it's all the same.
What do you want me to say?
That's what he says, right? Yeah, it's like, it's all the same.
It's crazy.
It's beautiful.
How does that not make you think it's a fucking simulation?
Right, that guy's just normal, and I don't know, because I guess I want to be like that.
Yeah,
I'm like, yeah, dude, that's what I want. I don't want fame. I want that.
that's part of
I
this
want I want humbality to be a word.
humbality.
That's not a word,
Humblicious. I want to be humblicious.
but humble.
All right, I get it.
Sit down.
But who doesn't? Well, there's a lot of people who don't know what is humbleness. Like, is being a nice person humble, or doing nice things at the right time humble? Stealing, is that humble? Stealing for
No.
your family because you have no money, is that humble? Where does the line of being humble come?
I don't know what you're stealing.
Can it be? What is it?
That's hard. That's
well-
hard, because stealing if you're stealing from, like, you know, your neighbor or something, your brother, your family. Yeah. Yeah, if you're taking something that but what is ownership? Why does everybody own something? Because like somebody has gold or something. And then why is it then important to take that and then trade it? Why do we give that value?
That's a question from farther off. Some people say that gold is actually some kind of like amazing fuel source for aliens.
Right.
So who
They
knows?
think that, right, that isn't that it? That it's all from outer space? Like gold can't be made here or something like that?
Well, that it's
Like any other thing, like actual gold can't be made here, right?
yeah. Once we find all the gold here, that's it. It won't be able to produce itself again. Like, you
What
know.
if that was the old spaceship
What do you mean?
that brought us? It was made of gold. Busted. It's on Earth. It's mixed around. Then we got mixed around.
What if just some planets just have it? They just, unfortunately, when the process of the planet is being made, they just have it. So we got lucky. And unfortunately, gold is in everything now. And mostly all of our technology, there's at least a little bit of gold in there.
Right? Isn't it a really good conductor?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For everything, though, like the PlayStation, the TV, that
There's
laptop,
a little bit of gold in there.
and everything.
Neato burrito.
That's crazy to think about.
Yeah.
Because, like, even the...
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, dude. And it's kind of, like, weird, but all technology from a certain period of time has a little bit of gold in it.
Yeah.
But they do have other conductors that do help. I mean,
Yeah.
copper does some well. I mean,
So you're saying it's kind of mixed with copper and gold?
yeah, it's like diluted.
Interesting.
But yeah, there
Do
is
they have
no.
clothing with gold in it? They should, right? They got to.
I mean, gold plated maybe, with like, you know,
There's no
inlays
gold
of gold.
fabric.
You should check that. You should check if there's any gold fabric. That would be crazy.
Has to be.
No,
I have a painting with gold on it.
is it real gold?
Apparently,
Maybe.
it's a picture of Hawkeye.
But did they just throw gold flakes on it or something?
Yeah.
That's it?
Yeah. There's like some gold like circles. It's like, pretty.
Check it out. You should put real gold fabric. And I think they're just going to be like, this is real cotton gold fabric.
Right.
Or this is real satin gold fabric. Real gold fabric. Is there such thing as gold fabric? That would be amazing. But then that's like other people that use like money to wipe their ass. Like, why is it there? Why would
Yeah.
we need gold fabric?
We drink gold, right?
Yeah.
Goldschlager and others.
What is that one? There's a tequila that has gold in it. Nah, I guess it's kind of goldish. It's not like gold, you know. But what is gold? Like, obviously, when you're thinking of gold right now, I'm thinking of this nice shiny bar that just, you know, is like,
Yeah.
king.
Yeah.
But in hindsight, it's not that. It's like almost like a flake, right?
Right, because it's a tiny mineral.
But I mean, you do see people like, I found a gold nugget, and then it's like a huge ass thing.
Or it's a giant mineral. It's a collection of one mineral,
Gold is
one type of mineral.
gold is weird in itself, and the fact that we started a whole currency off of it is even weirder.
It is. It is. It makes me wonder, like, if gold was really a first currency, though.
I don't
What
think
if we
so.
traded,
no.
like, little...
No, because there's people. The spice trade was super hot, and there was even a time where salt and stuff was way more.
Right,
way
of
more.
course. I
So
remember that.
so that in itself, just
That's nuts.
yeah. What did we give
We
material
trade you
gold?
spice for this. You know what's crazy is I worked for a Middle Eastern restaurant,
Okay.
and I thought it was really awesome how like prideful they were over there where they get their spices from.
Okay.
They wouldn't tell me.
Oh,
Yeah,
like overseas?
like he literally said that if I tell you, you're gonna steal my recipe.
Just because of the spices.
And I was like, all right.
Wow. Do you think that's all Indian people with their food?
Maybe. It's like their foundation, isn't it? Right? Like, wouldn't it be though? Like here, if I mean, I'm sure everybody else can come up with a mock, like Indian spice or Middle Eastern, but in order to be like legit, maybe you're getting your stuff from the actual country itself,
Okay.
shipping it over here via plane. I don't know. They just wouldn't tell me.
It's just as bad as the cocaine smuggling.
It's interesting.
You'll never know.
Yeah.
Damn, dude. There's so much shit in the world.
There's a lot of shit.
Like,
But then there's like, because we put all that shit in the world, it's small. It's like small now. Because there's so much shit. So there's not any room anymore.
that's crazy. Think there's such thing as overpopulation?
Kinda, yeah.
Think it's a thing?
Kinda, yeah.
Do you think T-Series is going to overtake PewDiePie?
Maybe. I think PewDiePie might he's kind of going down.
Oh, man.
I like him a lot, but actually I never liked him.
No.
Like it's not that I didn't like him.
My only thought, or what
I watched more like Philip DeFranco or something, giving me news like that.
Okay.
Vsauce.
Philip DeFranco, isn't that guy like in trouble for like the BetterHelp scandal?
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah,
It's been a while since I've watched that too.
he's an asshole.
I don't watch a lot of news stuff.
I'm just
because
kidding.
they're all just pop stars of another kind, right?
I know, I love it.
Journalism.
I'm so into it.
You're into journalism then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like Shane Dawson's new documentary, have you checked that out?
No.
You know who Shane Dawson is?
No.
Oh, he's so cool.
Okay.
He like does documentaries and stuff, but I like it. I like his YouTube channel. He's breaking the limits now.
Yeah.
Actually making hour and a half long content and getting over 13 million views. That's groundbreaking.
For over an hour?
Hour and a half.
Of what? What
Conspiracies.
is the content? Oh, conspiracies.
Yeah. The latest one, do you want to hear it?
Yeah, let me hear it.
All right, the latest conspiracy was... Are you ready for this, Angel? You should play the music. Just kidding. There's no Chuck E. Cheese music. Chuck E. Cheese reuses their pizza.
Interesting.
Here's what it is. So we go to Chuck E. Cheese. We're like, hey, can I have a pepperoni pizza?
Okay.
Like, yeah, no problem. Not only have they been collecting pizza throughout the day, so they go to other tables where there's uneaten pizza, and they put those pizzas together to make one new pizza.
Do they mash it up and put it all back in the process?
No.
How did he figure this out?
Because he
I can see this happening.
They do it. Oh, it's so cool! It's so scary, dude, because, like, when you see
I
it...
can believe this.
Yeah, when you start seeing it, he even tried... Okay, so what he did is, like, he took a bunch of pictures, tried to find out. Then he went to a Chuck E. Cheese and actually ordered 3 pizzas. He ordered 1 pepperoni, 1 cheese, and then 1 half pepperoni and half
just
cheese.
Did this to him.
No, they can't do this just to him. Because after...
Simulation.
See, that's... They're fucking lazy. But after he had another lady, you know, they're like, hey, can we take a picture of your pizza? Because you're going to go order one. And they're like, okay. And it was the same thing. And that's just a conspiracy, throwing it out there. You know, Chuck E. Cheese's reuses old pizza.
They might have to do that a couple times. You know?
You think so?
Yeah.
Is it like a conservative thing to save money?
I mean, what if he needs to have a placebo, so that way he can go and see if other Chuck E. Cheese's are doing this.
That's true. We only saw one Chuck E. Cheese
He
location.
needs to this needs to become a scientific experiment. Otherwise, it's just drama.
You know what's the worst thing though is like he uncovered this. And 13 million people saw this, and they're probably like, fuck Chuck E. Cheese! Without doing all the proper research, like you said.
Right.
There's probably way more that they can go investigate other Chuck
And
E.
they're
Cheese's.
just not about it anymore.
Yeah.
So now Peter Piper Pizza is going to be flooded.
Oh, dude.
Finally.
Right? Greasy pizza, but I can deal with it. I like it.
I don't remember their pizza, dude.
It's greasy.
I don't remember Chuck E. Cheese pizza.
Dude, once you see it, you'll be like devastated.
I think the trashiest pizza I've ever eaten is Cece's. Sorry, Cece's.
Oh man, we're comparing pizzas here.
Like of.
But it's a
cheap-
buffet though. That's
Yeah.
why.
Yeah.
They're like, we'll give you all the pizza you want, but it's not gonna be that great.
Dude, Dion should do that. Like once a year, they should do a buffet.
I can see that.
Dion's. Do that.
You hearing this guy? You're hearing the Nate dog. He wants
That's what I
buffet
want.
at Dion's.
I want buffet at Dion's.
Is that your favorite pizza?
No.
What's your
I
favorite
don't want
pizza?
that.
What's your favorite pizza?
Here,
Well,
so far in life right now,
any pizza. In this simulation right now, what's your favorite pizza?
I don't know. I really want to go to the East Coast just so I can try all that shitty pizza over there.
Ah.
I tried Chicago pizza. That was dope.
Yeah.
That was dope.
I mean, I guess we tried Chicago pizza here, but you know, it's not.
Yeah, I mean,
not-
it's the same thing. Realistically, it's the same thing.
Oh, okay. So I'm not. They're
Yeah.
like, you
Pizza-
gotta try it up here, bro.
Pizza 9 does a really good job at like what it is.
Okay,
I would say so.
that's good to hear.
I'm no like culinary expert though, so I'm sure somebody watching this who is like,
You don't know nothing about pizza.
no, but my favorite place is Brickyard.
Locally owned. Here in the
I don't like to go there though
why?
because it's too sporty.
It's like
I just order a pizza to go.
bunch of college kids.
Yeah.
Hey guys, they used to have open mic night there. Do they still have it?
I don't know.
They used to have it on Mondays.
That'd be cool.
I went.
I would go see that.
I went a few times.
Yeah.
Blew the water out of those people.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They didn't know what was going on. I played a metal song. I shredded. Just shredded guitar.
Oh, you.
I was that guy.
I thought open mic like comedy.
No, not yet. I'm still nervous.
It was supposed to be, but you just came in and did metal, and they were like,
No, it was all just music. I want to do an open mic though. I really do. I feel like I got potential. Oh man, I have a notebook that I've been writing jokes in and stuff. I want to.
I wish you would deliver them.
I'm scared, dude. I'm scared.
I'm trying to come up with skits. I'm trying to come up with little skits, like maybe comic strips or maybe we reenact it.
I can see that.
But like, there's some good things that me and a fellow coworker do.
Nice.
And we're like, this has to be done.
I can give you some ideas.
I feel like other people are gonna laugh the crap out of this.
Right? Yeah. There's some funny shit out there. We're always talking about that too. We're always like, dude, if we had a skit show, I'm pretty sure that'd be funny.
Right.
But there's so many shit to talk about. Funny things to make fun of. Like, I don't know, man. The funny thing I think about all the time is like technology. Is because, we're just trying to integrate it into us so much. We're like, I just want to be technologically better. I want to put like a metal hand or I want robotic legs.
Do you want one?
Fuck yeah.
You want a robot arm?
Dude, if I had a robot penis, women wouldn't even know what to do.
I don't know.
With that being said,
I don't know.
With that being said, with that robot penis,
I might want a robot penis too.
because like everyone's going towards the whole fascination of VR now. So you have to be prepared.
VR penis.
You have to be prepared. If you don't have the proper robot penis in the VR world, nothing's going to go right. Nothing is going to go right. You'll be called a joke. Everyone just be laughing at you. Be like, hey, look at him with this normal human penis.
In the virtual world, everybody has to be naked.
Yeah, that's...
So if your virtual penis isn't good, then...
Yeah, everyone's watching you with that virtual penis.
Everybody's watching.
With that virtual penis, dude. And you know what's going to be the shittiest
and
part?
your penis is directly reflected to how much people like you.
Yeah, literally. It's like the rating system.
Yeah, no, it's exactly.
The bigger it is, the more that people like you. It's going to suck, though, because we're going to have to interchange our parts. You know, like robot parts all the time. I messed up my CPU on my hand.
That's another reason I don't think this is simulation, is how we look at beauty and things that we like, love and adore. I don't think that can be simulated.
I don't know.
Well, it simulates you into loving it.
Yeah, because like
it does. The foundation of what it is. It's the image of the person, the soul, the way that they act.
But you can introduce that to something.
But a flower too.
Yeah.
Or a tree or whatever it is that you learn.
Because obviously there's certain things, like I've always told it to this guy, is like, dude, listen to this song and tell me how it makes you feel.
Right, yeah.
How it feels.
I love trying to see if like people can like understand how that music makes me feel.
Yeah.
They don't.
But see that's
fine.
That could be learned though. That's what I'm saying. It's like it is like
you think
a simulation. Yeah.
You have to teach them?
Not teach them, but at least open them to that. Like it's tunnel vision until they see it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I mean, who knows? I could just be bullshitting. Half of the shit I say is not even true anyway. So, robot penises, what the fuck?
Oh yeah, I don't know if I would want a robot arm or even a leg.
Why?
I kind of like my flesh.
It's gonna deteriorate though. It's gonna become obsolete.
I'm kind of fine with that, dude.
It's gonna be. You can make it better.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
That's why I like stem cells. I would totally do that. If I get to a high enough class so I can use stem cells, I'm gonna be like, yeah.
That's true. Longevity is better than. Well, as long as you have longevity and productivity at the same time.
Just because I feel more confident if I myself can get it done.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Like without using a supplement even. So if I can get through life without having to freaking do too much to my body, but
that's like
that would change, that would deform it.
So
tattoos are great.
That's
tattoos are a piece of art.
Okay.
But a modded piece of body, like limb, that to me wouldn't be art.
What about inserts? Something inserted that helps genetically improve that part.
Interesting.
So it's just like maybe some kind of chip that
like
gets
a chip.
Clicked on. It doesn't have to go on like in your skin, but
adrenaline makes you think like opens up more brain pathways in the brain or some shit.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Where obviously you don't have that strength built up, but it's easier to accommodate to you.
Yeah.
I mean,
that would be interesting. I would do that.
That's
less body mod like done to me. Yeah. Yeah. I don't want a whole robot arm.
You don't?
No.
Okay. That makes sense though.
Okay, look.
That makes sense.
If I can have the robot arm, just put me in a robot body.
Okay.
Right? Like, don't need to be one fleshy thing with this like indestructible thing. And the one indestructible thing is like my arm with not my conscience in it. Right?
I get what you're saying. It's just going to suck when your robot parts need to be fixed because we're not going to be able, like, unfortunately, when
you would on top of knowing all the conscious things that you would know of yourself, you'd also be just able to download whenever you need to like repair yourself.
Those repairs I'm
talking
about.
Repair myself.
Like you're like, dude, I need new thermal glue. I need to go buy some new thermal glue. So instead of going to go buy thermal glue,
hydraulic fuel.
Yeah, you have to go to a shitty location. It's like I gotta go buy thermal fuel at fucking Walmart. I gotta buy great value thermal fuel. Unfortunately, fuck. Look at this guy. This guy's walking around with Target fuel, name brand asshole. See, that's what I don't want to happen, is if that integration does happen, then that's a class system right there. Your arm's better than me, and you get better parts. You can afford better parts than I can.
That's already what we do with the stem cell shit too.
That's
Politicians are allowed to get their hands on that stuff, and we can't. And
That-
what are they doing it for?
No, see,
they're doing it so they can stay in a position of power.
That should be just like MMA
Maybe.
fighters.
I don't really
like
know that.
if I'm pretty sure like drug substances and stuff
Oh,
like
yeah.
that. That's that same thing. Why doesn't that
yeah.
apply for politicians then?
Right.
But then again,
Exactly.
why do we not want our politicians to live longer? Certain ones, obviously.
Because we need new minds. We need the kind of minds that are of the population who are living, like who are of the ones who are affecting the world. I think those people, their generation, need to be in power.
So having them longer would not be a benefit.
Oh, now I sound generationalist, but like, yeah,
No.
yeah.
I think it might. For even if even if they do get to live longer, and you're saying that our next generation
you
has
think?
to be the smartest person, isn't that okay if we still have the smart persons from 3 generations ago still teaching?
Teaching, yes. Empower, no.
Oh, obviously not empowered.
Right.
Because we'll be
Right.
learning new methods,
Distribute, yeah,
all
yeah.
kinds of different things.
Yeah.
But they still can be showing stuff, like technological fleets or something. Like if Neil Tyson ends up being 110 and still giving lectures, that's still
That'd be
beneficial.
cool.
That's still really beneficial.
I would also like to be 110 and still watching him.
Yeah, being able to watch him though. See, you don't want to be 110 and just be a vegetable.
No, I would be okay with that.
So I mean,
Not a vegetable though. No.
obviously not the vegetable.
You all get permission to pull the plug. Just
You heard that with our right?
kidding.
Everybody on there. Oh man.
Don't leave me like this.
Hey guys. Nate,
Yeah.
we pretty much almost did 2 hours.
Really?
Yeah,
That's crazy.
I know, right?
I feel like we got nowhere.
And that's just talking. That's all we did is just talk. We hit some high points. We hit some low
In
points.
a good way. I feel like we got nowhere in a good way.
That's the beauty of this show. Is like we're just talking to re-energize old habits.
Yes.
Unfortunately, we have to do it in front of a camera.
No, that's fortunately. That's fortunately. People need to see it. People need to talk about it.
Because nobody, I mean, me and
I
you
feel
can
like
have
that's how we're progressing.
me and you can have this conversation right now, but
Mhm.
would it be this in depth? Would we really have this much detail if me and you were just in the other room just having this conversation? Probably not. We wouldn't have this much banter, this much witty comments.
Not much energy to give into it.
Exactly.
That's true.
So I love the benefit of this podcast to reignite the conversation
Yeah.
because nobody talks anymore
No.
at all.
Yeah.
It's really hard to deal with. But Nate,
Yeah.
thanks for coming, man.
Yes, of course.
I got to hit you up again.
Yeah.
Dude, be a musical guest. Practice that bass. Practice something.
Well, I'll get one first.
Yes.
Maybe. Don't hold me on that.
We'll do some shit.
But yeah.
We will.
All right.
You know what to do, man. Cue us out. Make sure to
Later.
check us out. We are on Twitch, on Facebook,
We are.
on Twitter,
And we'll be back.
all that good stuff. We have a
Right,
guest
internet.
coming up on Sunday. Be here on Sunday. Sunday.
Sunday.
Thanks again, guys. Peace.
Well, I didn't even